Good morning, fellas. Sorry I couldn't be with you today. Today, what I need you to do is pay attention to the notes, freeze it, and take notes if you need to. And then I need you to finish this up by doing the assignment that's located on Moodle. All right, so today what we're going to do should be a review. We're going to talk about how do you find the area of a triangle. So the area of a triangle, a textbook is going to give you this formula that says 1/2 times b times h. Now the B stands for what's called the base, and the H stands for what's called the height. And how you know you're dealing with the height is a right angle should be formed at the base. It should be a line that goes from a vertex to the base forming a right angle. That's your height. Now, the formula that I always like to use for area of a triangle is, I'm going to abbreviate it here. Area of a triangle is equal to B times H divided by 2. It's the same formula as what they give us here. It's just a different way to look at it. All right. Our objective today, three things. Number one, identify where the heights are in the three different kinds of triangles we're going to encounter. Number two, given the base and the height, can I find the area? And number three, given the area and either the base or the height, can I find the missing measurement? So let's start with a right triangle. We know that a right triangle has a right angle down in this corner. So that means that we're going to look at the base as being this bottom part here and this left side as being its height. Okay? So in a right triangle, the legs make up the base and the height. In an acute triangle, you notice we don't have a base or a height. We don't have a right angle. All right, so I'm going to declare one of the sides to be the base. I'm going to choose to make the base this bottom here. What that indicates then is from the angle that's opposite, the vertex that's opposite, I'm going to need a straight line down to the base forming a right angle. And then my height would be this measurement. Well, what about an obtuse angle or obtuse triangle? All right. Let's do the same idea. Let's say that we wanted to make the base this bottom part that it sits on. Now, if I go to this opposite vertex and I try to draw a line down to the base so that it forms a right angle, it's not going to happen inside the triangle. So what I need to do is extend the base out to allow me to draw a line coming straight down on the outside, forming a right angle. This would be the height of an obtuse triangle. So we've got three different scenarios. All right. Where's the height based on the base? Okay, so if I take a look at this problem, I know that my base is going to be this 12. I know that my height is going to be this 5.2. So to find the area, I'm going to write down area of a triangle equals base times height divided by 2. And I'm going to fill in what I know. I know that the base is 12. I know that the height is 5.2. I'm dividing that by 2. I don't know the area of the triangle. So that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find that. So I grab my handy dandy calculator. And I'm simply going to take 12 times 5.2, get that answer, and divide it by 2. And that tells me that the area of the triangle was equal to 31.2. All right? But if you notice in the problem, they also gave me a unit of measure. When I'm given a unit of measure, I need to write my answer with that unit of measure. Now, any time that you're dealing with area, your units are always going to be units squared. Area means units squared. So I would write down kilometers squared. And this is the final area of that triangle. Let's try another one. So on this second one, notice my base is down here. It was an obtuse triangle, so they had to extend this side out, giving me this as the height. Again, I write down area of a triangle is equal to base times height divided by 2. I don't know the area. I know the base we identified as 4.6. I know the height we identified as 6.5. And we're going to divide that by 2 to find the area of the triangle. So again, I grab my calculator. I take 4.6 times 6.5. Get that answer. Divide it by 2. And I get 14.95. Nowhere in this question did it say round the area to the nearest tenth or anything like that. So I'm going to literally write down exactly what it is. 14.95. I'm not quite done. I still need my units. So I'm going to write meters squared. And this is the area of that triangle. Now, if you notice in the next set of problems here, it says find the missing measurement. So now I'm either going to be missing the base or the height, and they're going to give me the area. For these, the directions say round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay. Do the problems the same way. I know the area here. I know 7.1, which is the height. I don't know my base. I write down area of a triangle equals base times height divided by 2. I now can fill in the area of the triangle part. So this is 41.5. I know that's equal to the base, which I don't know. I'm going to call B, times the height, 7.1, divided by 2. I now have an algebraic problem where I got to solve for B. The easiest way to do this, in my opinion, is first, let's move the 2 over to the left side. We move it by multiplying by 2. So I take 41.5 times 2. And that gives me 83. So my equation is now 83 equals B times 7.1 would be 7.1B. To solve for B, I divide by 7.1. So if I take that 83 and divide it by 7.1, I get this decimal. All right, I know that B is going to be approximately equal to 11 point something. So let's see, it said round to the nearest tenth. The 6 is in the tenth spot. The number after it, 9, tells me to round that 6 to a 7. So I'm going to write 11.7. But once again, they gave me units, so I need to write my answer as a unit. Because the area is what is squared, the base is just a measurement, so it's just feet. All right, and the last problem here. I know the area. I know that this 8.5 is representing my base. I don't know my height. So I wrote area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. I fill in what I know. Area is 31.9. Base is 8.5. I don't know my height, divided by 2. I want to first get rid of that divided by 2. So I'm going to take 31.9 times 2, which is 63.8. That's equal to 8.5 H. To solve for H, I divide by 8.5, and that's going to give me my height. So let's see, I go 63.8 divided by 8.5. It gives me this decimal. I know it's going to be 7.5 because the number after 5 is 0, and 0 tells me to leave that 5 alone. The only thing left is what unit, and since the area is feet squared, I know that the height is in feet. All right, please complete the homework so that that can be ready to be checked by the end of class. Have a good one.